Good morning children, this is Madhu Prasad. Today I am going to explain about the use of maps in nowadays and the use of how the maps are used by the our ancestors. Okay. And before that, we should remember our previous class. In the previous class we have discussed about how the map of India was created by geographers. Okay. After the colonization of British in India, the British had taken the control of entire India. They had established one department, that is the Survey of India. In the previous class we have discussed about this. Once remember the topic. After the British country had taken over entire India, they established one department that is called Survey of India, and they appointed one person as the Surveyor of India or General Surveyor of India. He was James Tennell. Here they appointed one person as the General Surveyor for this department. For this department, they had appointed one person. He was the James Tennell. Okay. After James Tennell, in 1802, Common Era, William Lambton started the Survey of India from Chennai to Himalayas. Survey of India from Chennai to Himalayas. He started the Survey of India. William Lambton had started the Survey of India in 1802, Common Era, from Chennai to Himalayas. He started survey. Started his survey in 1802, Common Era, by William Lambton. The first survey of India was started. Okay, but he did not complete the entire survey of India. After William Lambton, a person called George Everest completed the survey of India from Chennai to Himalayas, and he was the first person calculated the height of Mount Everest. Height of Mount Everest, according to scientifically and mathematically, he calculated the height of Mount Everest. Okay, that's why the name, the highest peak which is located in Himalayas was named by his person George Everest. That's why the highest peak that was named as Everest. Okay. Once again, the British had established one department called Survey of India, and they appointed one person as the General Surveyor. He was James Tennell. In 1802, Common Era, William Lambton started the Survey of India, entire India from Chennai to Himalayas, but he did not complete the entire survey. After some days, George Everest completed the entire survey of India from Chennai to Himalayas, and he measured the highest peak height in Himalayas. That's why that highest peak was named by his name, that was Everest. Okay. In this class, I am going to ask one question about Everest. Everest is the highest peak in entire world. What is the height of Mount Everest? Mount Everest. Okay, this is the question. If you know this answer, you can comment in comment box. Okay. Now coming to our lesson, use of maps nowadays and in ancient days. Okay, in olden days, use of maps. Use of maps in olden days. How the maps are used by the ancient people. Okay, in olden days, the maps are used for trading. For trading, the maps are used in olden days for the trading, sailing across the seas or oceans. Seas or oceans. To sail across the seas, the maps were used in olden days. And for trading purpose also, maps are used by our ancestors. And another use is to colonize the countries. To colonize the countries. For example, British had colonized our country. British had colonized our country with the help of maps. With the help of maps, they are coming across rivers. They had came to the India across rivers and they colonized our India for about 200 years. About 200 years. Okay, to colonize the countries, the maps are used by our older people. And for fighting wars. For fighting wars. Okay. In the 20th century, the great world wars was happened in the 20th century. At the beginning of 20th century, the great world wars happened. In those world wars, the maps are used for the countries. Okay, these are the purposes our elders or our olden people used the maps for trading, sailing across seas, colonize the countries, for fighting war, against war. Okay, these are the use of maps in olden days. Now, coming to the use of maps in nowadays. Nowadays, the use of maps for the planning and development of countries. Planning and development of countries. For the purpose of planning and development of countries, we are using maps. Planning and development of countries, we are using maps. And to locate the unknown places, we are using maps. Unknown places, to know the unknown places. And to build dams, buildings, schools, etc. For these purposes, we are using maps in nowadays for constructing dams, buildings, and schools. Nowadays, we are etc. Nowadays, we are using maps. And also, for example, let us see one example. Suppose if a telephone company wants to build a tower in a particular location. Okay, then they need a map of that particular location or the location of village or the location of city in the view of map. With the help of that map, they can design the height and they can design their telephone tower. Okay, these are the uses of maps which we are using in nowadays. Okay, for the planning and development of the country. Suppose coming to the first point, development and planning. Okay, suppose if there is any unavailable of water places are there in India or in anywhere. Okay, to resolve these problems, we should know the resources of water around the place. We should know the resources of water which are around the places. Then they can resolve the problem. Okay. Along with these uses and finally, with the help of thematic maps, we can use the maps for the purpose of rainfall of a particular location. Rainfall, climate like temperature, climatic maps, temperature, about temperature, forests, to show the forests, and about the people and language and population, about population of a place. Okay, these are all the use of maps which we are using in nowadays. Okay, to show the rainfall of a particular location, to show the climate of the location, to show temperature, forests in which areas they are located, people, which type of people they are living in a particular location, language, the people who are speaking the language, population means the number of people living in a particular location. These are different types of use we can see in nowadays. With the help of maps, we can see so many types of areas. Okay. In the previous classes, we have discussed about the types of maps. The early classes we have discussed about types of maps. Now coming to the types of maps. What are the types of maps? We have discussed the 4 types of maps. Those are the political maps, the physical maps, historical maps, and thematic maps. These are the types of maps which we have learned in our previous classes and in our previous lesson. Okay, these are the types of maps. Okay, now coming to these types of maps. Political maps shows the mandals, districts, capitals, cities, states, countries, continents. The political maps are showing. Okay, now coming to physical maps are showing different types of landforms like plains, mountains, hills, plateaus. These are shown by physical maps. Historical maps are showing the kingdoms of emperors, and thematic maps. These are the very most important maps which we are using nowadays. With the help of these thematic maps, we are representing so many things on the maps. Okay, thematic maps means the maps which are showing only one aspect. They are called thematic maps. Okay, just now we have discussed about the rainfall, temperature, population, people, language. Okay, these are all shown with the help of thematic maps. Okay, if you see the entire map, by the help of thematic maps, we can show the entire situation or the entire position of different factors like temperature, climate. Okay, with the help of these thematic maps, we can show so many things. But Yeah. With the help of thematic maps, we can show only one aspect. At a time, we can show only one aspect. These are the types of maps. Among these four types of maps, the thematic maps are very useful for us in nowadays. Okay. We should remember one thing. How can we read these maps? How can we read these maps? Okay, in the previous classes we have learned about there are so many factors. There are so many factors are there. We should, if you read the maps, we should know the directions. Firstly, we should know the directions. We know the directions and symbols and scaling. To read these maps, we should know the scale and we should know about contour lines. Okay, these are the factors generally used to read the maps. These are the four types of factors we should read the maps. With the help of these four types of factors, we can read the maps. We can read the maps. Okay, coming to the symbols are. Okay, along with that, colors is also one of the factor to read or to understand the maps. To understand the maps, the colors is an important thing. Okay, some common colors and some common symbols which we have learned in the previous class. Once again, we should remember them. Those are, suppose if you see the white color in the maps, in thematic maps, white color represents the minerals in a particular location. And black. Okay, we can observe the black color in the thematic maps at the boundaries. At the boundaries of the map, we can see the black color. Now coming to dark green, immediately you can say dark green color represents forests. Light green represents grasslands. Okay, dark gray represents mountains. Light gray represents hills. Brown color represents agricultural lands. Okay. With the help of these colors, also we can identify the different types of locations. Like suppose minerals are represented by white color, mountains are represented by black color, forests with dark green, grasslands with light green color, and the mountains are represented by dark grey color, and the hills are represented by light grey color. Agricultural lands are represented with brown color and blue color, dark blue. Immediately you can say dark blue. Blue means water, oceans. Dark blue represents oceans. Light blue represents rivers. Okay, these are the colors. With the help of these colors, so we can represent so many things on the maps. on the thematic maps we should use, with the help of these colors we can represent different types of landforms. Suppose the resources, about minerals, resources like minerals means like iron particles, like ores, iron, aluminium, bauxite. Those are the minerals which we can show with the help of white symbols. Boundaries of any map with the help of black color. Forests and grasslands we are using green, dark green and light green respectively, and mountains and hills are represented with dark grey and light grey respectively, and with the help of brown color we can show the agricultural land. Dark blue and with the dark blue and light blue we can show oceans and rivers. We can show oceans and rivers in thematic maps. Okay, this is about the use of colors in the thematic maps. Okay, in the next class we will discuss about some conventional symbols which we are using in the maps to show anything, to show something, or to show the landforms, or to show the particular locations with the symbol. In the next class we will discuss about that, and if you know the answer of my question you should comment in the comment section. Once again, what is the height of the Mount Everest? That is my question. If you know the answer, then you can comment in the comment box. Thank you, children.